love spending time outside with the animals, but sometimes allergies and sinus issues really flare up. I've dealt with these types of issues for the last 15 years, and in this video, I'll share with you my top 5 solutions. I highly recommend investing in a good air purifier or 2 or 3. I've purchased a lot of them in the past, from inexpensive small ones from Walmart to pricier ones with more features. And even the smallest and cheapest one that I bought over a decade ago, it cleaned the air very effectively, and it was only about $20 to $25. Unfortunately, Walmart is no longer carrying that one and prices have gone up a bit, but there are still a lot of options out there. With that said, I have a current favorite air purifier and it has a lot of features that I was looking for. It may or may not be something that you're interested in, but I do want to share it because this is my favorite air purifier, and it is the Shark Air Purifier 3-in-1. You can use the fan or the heater, and with both modes, it's purifying the air at the same time with a HEPA filter that is supposed to capture 99.98% of particles. You can set it to track and adjust the air quality as needed depending on the current conditions. Its display will tell you the current air quality and particulate matter, or PM 2.5, which is about 30 times smaller than the width of a human hair. PM 2.5 particles come from a variety of sources, including outdoor pollution, car exhaust, factory emissions, wildfires, and wood-burning stoves. Also, indoor activities like cooking, burning candles, and using certain cleaning products can release these particles as well. So I bought the Shark 3-in-1 for my basement because it gets quite cool down there, so I wanted not only a heater, but I wanted the air to be purified at the same time. And I don't really have any complaints about the product, but it is much larger than I thought when I bought it, and that is just my fault for not reading into it more. It is bulky, but it's totally worth it, and I got it for $199 on Amazon. I have seen the price vary from site to site. Currently, you can get filter replacements for around $68 for a 2-pack. And I like it so much that I move it around between my basement and the upstairs area, and I'm currently using it in my living room because it's getting very drafty in there as it's getting colder outside, and it completely gets rid of the draft while also purifying the air when I have the heat setting on. I definitely recommend this. I also own the Clorox air purifier with HEPA filtration, and it's much smaller. It costs about $85. It's supposed to cover 1,000 square feet. It has a display which shows you the current air quality and PM 2.5 count, which is helpful. You can set it to auto, so if the air quality gets really bad, it'll just turn on and amp things up. The filter is $48 for a 2-pack. I also own 2 Germ Guardian air purifiers with HEPA filtration. They last absolutely forever, and the last one I bought was from 2015 and it's still going strong. They cover about 745 square feet. Filters are about $17. Although the Clorox one is okay, I'm not a huge fan of it. I think the other ones are more powerful and work faster at purifying the air. So if you aren't looking for a heater-fan purifier combination, then I would personally recommend the Germ Guardian air purifiers because they are so long-lasting and their filters are the cheapest. You can also find generic 4-packs of their filters for about $36, and that will last you a really long time unless you're doing a big project with a lot of dust. If you're dealing with allergy-related issues, it's worth taking a closer look at your diet. When I cut out dairy, this made the biggest difference for me. I also recommend cutting down on seed oils, which are highly inflammatory oils like safflower, sunflower, canola, soybean, vegetable. They're commonly found in processed foods. If you're someone who's dealing with these issues, it's worth experimenting with your diet and to try something like an elimination diet. Along with diet and air quality, supplements have played a huge role in helping me manage my sinus issues. After years and years of trial and error, there are a few supplements that have been so effective for me. Quercetin is a natural antihistamine that reduces inflammation and can help control allergy symptoms for some people. I take it pretty regularly, especially during the times when pollen is high. It essentially helps your body control its histamine response, which is often what triggers those awful sinus headaches and congestion. Turmeric is another great anti-inflammatory. It's known for helping to reduce inflammation in the body overall, including in your sinuses. Both of these have been a huge part of my routine for years, and they have made a noticeable difference, especially the quercetin. More recently, my outdoor air quality has been really bad with high levels of particles in addition to high pollen levels. A month ago, I found myself struggling with very severe sinus headaches that lasted for days and days on end, and that is when I discovered using black seed oil for this purpose. It is a potent anti-inflammatory immune supporting supplement. I only use it when my sinus issues really flare up, and I have found it to be a powerful supplement, especially when the air quality and the pollen levels are at their worst. Adding a facial steamer to your routine can be incredibly helpful, and I use one when my sinus issues are severe. The warm air from the facial steamer can open up your nasal passages, reduce congestion, and soothe your irritated sinuses. You can also combine that with facial massage to relieve sinus pressure. There are a lot of great instructional videos on YouTube showing you what to do and how to do it. I also recommend Vicks inhalers for some immediate relief, in addition to using saline nasal spray. I often use the saline followed up by the little Vicks inhaler. It's really helpful to check your air quality and pollen index if you are sensitive to these things and if you are dealing with all these issues. I now try to check it daily, and especially before doing any work outside or outdoor projects. I also check it because my cat, Kipper, has asthma, and he has issues if the air quality is poor or if the pollen levels are too high. So I have a catio outside, and I love bringing the cats out there whenever possible, but I always check on this first to make sure I don't cause him, an asthma attack. And it's really sad that our pets are suffering from these things too. Even if you live in a rural area like I do, you'd be surprised how often the air quality is poor. We often get high levels of ozone, which is a bit confusing because there's no heavy industry or pollution sources around where I live. Ozone at ground level is a harmful air pollutant, and it's the main component of smog. It most often reaches unhealthy levels on hot and sunny days, but it can be high in the winter too. And even if you don't live in an urban environment, it can be transported by the wind to more rural areas like where I live. I like to use AccuWeather to check everything in one place. I check air quality first, and then I click on health and activities, and it shows a variety of allergens, their levels, and other factors including arthritis, sinus pressure, migraines, asthma. It is really helpful. Those are the steps that I take to manage my allergies and sinus-related headaches. Let me know down below in the comments if you've tried any of these things and if you have any other suggestions that have worked for you. I really appreciate you watching, and I'd love it if you were to subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you again, and take care.